Hey everybody, welcome back.
Welcome back. Hello today.
So like I said when I was moving fence, that Peter and I have a lot of things we're trying to get done today. And we kind of wanted to take you with us. Peter, you're kind of still limping. Want to tell him what you've been dealing with?
You want me to tell him, or are you going to tell him?
No, I'll tell him what I've been dealing with, but you can tell him what... No,
She's been dealing with me. No, I was fixing heifer fence over here by our waterfalls, so the heifers didn't get into the waterfall. And I was bent over fixing an insulator, and something just shifted in my back, so it pulled a muscle. Went to the chiropractor. The chiropractor said it was my hip, and he adjusted it. And he said it'd be a few days, but it would get to feeling better. And it actually is feeling better. The more I move, the better it feels.
You can slow down.
So we're taking a walk down here to look at this pasture and the hay. And Lynette wants to get some elderberries.
So on our farm and everything in life, Peter and I do everything together. And I mean everything. Well, I don't go to the bathroom with him, but I guess I draw the line there. However, if I'm making wine, he's making wine. If I'm making sauerkraut, he's making sauerkraut. If we're baling hay, I'm baling hay.
Yep.
So we're kind of glued at the hip sometimes, and it's I don't know, most of the time we get along pretty good, but it's been kind of fun with his back because, you know, you always think the other one might be doing a little less work than you are some days until you have to do that person's job. And no, it's not been that bad. So do you really want to, I got to turn this around if I'm going to show him this mess.
Anyway, well, it's a mess. Last year, this piece, you may have seen it in some other videos. It had corn stalks in it.
I should turn it around so you can see it, because it is a mess. Okay.
Oh, I was going to describe it.
Okay, go ahead, describe.
Last year, it had corn in it that we didn't get all the way harvested. It just never matured. We had a really funky summer and fall and spring.
And this is about 8 acres.
It's about 8 acres. It goes over a hill there. You can't see it. But anyway, we did harvest some of the corn out of it. That was good. But we grazed the cows in it this spring. We didn't do anything with it. And they've been over it, what, twice now?
They have. And they did make some milk on it, even though we didn't plant it into grass. And it was all just native, whatever came up in the corn. There was nothing really planned with it. It was really by default that the cows even went in there because of the dry weather that we had.
Yep, we needed it for the grass.
We needed the pasture. So they did go through it. They've been through it twice.
See, if you looked at it, you saw some thistle in it, and
it's a mess. We need to...
What's the blue flowers there?
That's chicory.
Chicory, there's a little chicory. There's, like I said, some thistle in it. Mostly chicory and thistle, but if you look underneath it, there's a lot of grass coming in. There's a lot of clover coming in. There's a little bit of foxtail here and there. There's some ragweed over in that little section there. We're going to mow it off, get it all mowed down clean, and then we'll do another video on it here in a week or two. And we'll show you how it just bounces back into a beautiful grass stand and clover stand.
I mean, we are going to have to manage it for a couple of years, really clip it and make sure that the thistle is clipped back really quickly after the cows go through it, if we want this to be a nice stand of grass.
Now there's a piece up above behind the barn that we also had corn in this past year, and we worked that this spring. I went through and field cultivated it once, and we were trying to keep the weeds out, and because we had such a drought this summer, nothing grew in it. It was really nice. I was trying to keep all the weeds out of it. We were going to plant it into a fall crop of either barley or triticale or something.
I think we still will probably plant it into fall barley.
It really didn't have any weeds in it. It kept really nice. And here just about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, we started getting rain here. And we're really happy because now the grass is growing. This grass, there was nothing growing. Even our alfalfas were slowed down and they're a deep tap root here, but it was really dry. We got no rain through the month of June and just a little spritzel through July. So I feel for you guys that are getting too much water.
We do.
We're in this little area of western New York here. There's some neighbors to us to the north that have dairies, and then a few to the south, mostly to the east of us here, that are suffering from the same thing. A lot of the corn in our area is only about 3 foot tall at the top.
It is making an ear though, so it looks
tasseled,
like it is
it's making an ear for the guys that are going to combine it. It's going to be a little challenging running that low, but if they're making corn silage, they're going to be really challenged for yield.
Right.
So there's a lot of things they're going to have to juggle. But anyway, getting back to that field that we worked and the weeds came up, once the rains did start to come, this beautiful crop of ragweed came up, and it came up thick. So I spent yesterday finishing. I actually got the brush hog out because I wanted to really chop it up. I didn't think that just clipping it with the sickle bar. I did not want to go to seed, and that's the biggest thing. We did not want it to go to seed. So we chopped it down and we got it pretty well dried out right now. And I think what we're going to do in another week or two here is plow it under.
Plow it under, and that's the same field that I've spoke of in another video that we actually thought we were planting clover in about, I don't know, it has to be like 6 years ago, but
about 5 years ago, I think it was.
something like that. And
we had corn in that field that year and we chopped it off. In fact, that one field there, it's a total of about 6 acres, and we filled a bag almost completely up with that 9-foot silage bag there. But since this year here, we haven't planted any corn. Our cows haven't gotten any corn silage or grain since that year, which was about 5 years ago.
yeah, we do plant some corn though for our pigs.
For our pigs.
And
the chickens.
But anyway, I guess you mentioned the chamomile.
I didn't, but we thought, Matthias went out after we had chopped and he hit it with the disc, our son. And he spread what he thought was clover seed on it and then rolled it in. And we were hoping to establish that fall, and what we got was this beautiful thick cover of chamomile. It came in really thick. I mean,
and I'm telling you, we have been fighting that chamomile ever since.
Ever since.
The seeds are just invasive.
It's been a weed for us. What we should have actually done long term was probably cut it and baled it. I don't know. Sold it for chamomile tea. There's one of our red-tailed hawks here. He's cruising this field.
See,
here.
I'm not the only one that's watching the air when we come out here. So.
Oh, we see all kinds of bird life here. We have red-tailed hawks. Earlier this spring, we had a pair of snowy owls that were hovering our fields for quite a while. I think they were nesting in the pines next door. And I haven't seen them this summer, though, since it turned really dry.
So
and we have eagles.
Yeah,
Bald eagles.
Crazy. But so we've got our bags, and
Let's
we're just gonna go down and check.
We're gonna walk down this hill. It's on the east side of our farm.
We're gonna check to see if our elderberries are ready.
Well, let's show them that next field down. That was a field that was corn the year before this one.
Yep.
And we've been managing that for pasture. And even the next field down from that was a corn the same year, and we've been managing that for hay and pasture.
You had a bug on you.
Oh, so.
All right, we'll turn this around and take a walk with us.
Oh, it's beautiful the rain's returned because now the grass has returned. Like you said, it's a second flush.
This is a permanent kind of laneway that our cows use to come down to these pastures. And we do clip it, but it's always a laneway.
Because you can't really tell from the camera, but it's downhill. But last year I did spread a load of straw manure on this. It was very straw and hay, just to help keep the water runoff down, because you can see how the cows leave a trail here. And
one thing I want to show them when we're down in this field, before the cows can come down here again, there's an active beehive in the ground.
Yellow jackets.
So, and Peter is allergic to bees. And I keep honeybees, but he always helps, even though he's allergic. We always do things together. Oh, see those yellow finches, Peter?
They're liking the thistle.
I don't know if you can see that from your standpoint. Oh, this pasture's coming back nice.
I see some weeds, but I also see a lot of
grass.
There's a few weeds here, but there's a lot of grass.
Yeah, look at this nice clover.
You can see the clover coming in.
Where's that beehive?
It's down just a little bit here. I got rocks marking it. If you can see the rocks marking it, that's exciting.